Did you know that in Canada you can still be arrested for not disclosing that you have HIV? Or that Canada actually has some of the highest numbers of reported HIV criminalization cases in the entire world? Even though activists have been calling for legal reform for years around HIV nondisclosure, the federal government refuses to change anything. So in Canada, a person can be charged for not disclosing their HIV status to someone that they've had sex with. And this can happen even in cases where they haven't transmitted the virus. In many cases, when charges are laid, a person is also designated a registered sex offender, which severely limits their ability to reintegrate and find stable work after they're released from prison. Activists pushing for decriminalization argue that these laws don't reflect the current science surrounding HIV. For one thing, HIV is no longer a death sentence. And on top of that, medications that prevent transmission of the virus are increasingly available. Criminalization is often applied in unfair and cruel ways. Unsurprisingly, it's been disproportionately wielded against queer and trans people, for example, as well as Black and Indigenous peoples. In some cases, women have faced charges after they've reported being sexually assaulted to the police. That means that in Canada, a person can be assaulted and then find themselves prosecuted for not disclosing their status to the person that assaulted them. And the victim of the assault can end up being designated a registered sex offender, all because of a set of cruel and outdated policies. Different provinces and territories also have different policies surrounding non-disclosure, which means that the laws are applied unevenly across the country. There has been some movement towards reform, but it has been painfully slow. For years, the federal government has promised to review criminal law and HIV non-disclosure and has even met with activists several times. But last fall, that process stalled. Extra writer Arvin Joaquin recently reached out to ask if the new Carney federal government will start the process back up. A spokesperson for Minister of Justice Sean Fraser said he'd not yet been briefed on the file, but didn't offer any further specifics. You can check out Joaquin's fascinating, deeply researched, and empathetic story about the issue over on xtramagazine.com. Advocates are keeping the pressure on in hopes that the government will finally make long overdue changes.